Hello and welcome to our final session of Making the News. For our finale today, we're joined in the studio by a panel of ABC journalists. And as usual, we're joined by our 4 schools from around the country. From Tasmania, Circular Heads. From New South Wales, we have Presbyterian Ladies College. Very nice. From South Australia, we have Wollonga Primary School. And here in the studio, we have North Fitzroy Primary School. All of our young reporters from across the country have done an extraordinary job to meet very tight deadlines to get their news reports together. All of these stories are online on the Making the News website, so I encourage everyone to go out and watch all of them. So let's start the news roundup and cross to Circular Head.
Our story today takes us to the town of Smithton in northwest Tasmania.
I suppose you're wondering why we're reporting on this science lab. This isn't unlike most science classrooms.
And we have this gabion wall which is made of rocks that will collect the heat and transfer them through to the classrooms.
One of the features this science centre has is solar panels. Mr. Smith, as a science teacher, has taken the idea of sustainable living one step further. He is at present building a home that has been designed with features such as polished concrete floor, solar panels and a wind turbine. This is no ordinary classroom. It's a living, breathing classroom. This is Patrick Jester's Very Cool News.
Who wouldn't be keen to learn about science in an environment like that?
Great reporting there from Circular Head. That is fantastic. Right, let's cross to the panel for their thoughts.
What I loved most about this story is how the pictures matched the words so perfectly, and that's what is absolutely key in television news.
And it just goes to show as well with some of the stories that sometimes a really good story can be right under your nose.
One of the biggest challenges was getting everything done in a short time, and everything seemed to take longer than we planned. How do we get around this in the studio?
If you have any solutions, please let me know, because this is like the biggest drama of any professional journalist is I don't have enough time.
One thing to do is to be really organised before you go out on a shoot.
Now let's head to New South Wales and join the Presbyterian Ladies College.
This is Star TV News, presenting From the Garden to the Plate.
The story starts at these old tennis courts. They weren't being used and had become overgrown. So locals decide to clear the tennis courts and turn it into a community garden.
So what happens to all the food? Well, it's bound for a very special destination.
To put a plate of food in front of someone, we use a lot more food than what you actually see that goes onto the plate.
Compared to a supermarket, the food here does taste different because it's grown in our local garden.
Let's cross to our panel now, and we'll start with Ben this time.
I thought that was brilliant. You know, I thought that the narrator throughout the story did a really good job.
Yeah, the script in this story is incredible, really, because it takes you on a real journey.
PLC, do you have any questions for our panel that you'd like to ask?
What advice could you give us if we wanted to become journalists in the future?
I personally quite like people to do a degree in something that they're passionate about, have a knowledge about something like politics, science, and then move into journalism.
Now let's come to our students here in the studio from North Fitzroy Primary School.
What kind of pollution goes in and how it's affecting Creek?
These are the pictures of Merry Creek that the public likes. But here are some behind the scenes pictures of rubbish that somehow avoids the general public. Luckily, some people are doing something about the rubbish.
Well, those who clean the Merry Creek are sometimes very few. Last Sunday, I was cleaning up all by myself.
Thank you very much, North Fitzroy. That was fantastic. Let's head to our panel for some comments.
What I liked about this, I really liked the start of it.
It's a technique we call a delayed reveal.
I thought there were really good interviews in that story.
Particularly the volunteer. You know, that guy could have a show all by himself. I thought it was fantastic.
It is a real problem when there's something like an amazing bug attack going on because you can see that the presenters and also our interviewee are struggling to cope with the bugs.
Brilliant story, really nicely told. Any questions from North Fitzroy for our panel?
What inspired you to become a reporter?
I just really liked telling people's stories.
Let's head west now to South Australia.
We chose to look at why the weekly Wollonga Farmers Market is so important to our local community.
All of our farmers have to be local in the Fleurieu Peninsula, and that keeps food miles down.
I don't like food miles. I don't know. We need a smart person. Hi, I'm a really smart person.
Now, food miles is how far your food has travelled from the farm to your plate.
We did some research into where our food actually comes from and were shocked to find out at our local supermarket that the oranges, dates and mandarins are from the USA, the garlic was from Argentina, the kiwi fruit was from Italy, the onion shallots were from Holland and the pears were from China.
So these pears from China have done a whopping 7,500 kilometres.
Whereas these pears from the Lunk Farms Market have only done 10.
Wow, what a difference!
Fantastic job, Wollongas. Comedy there. It was brilliant. Let's head to our panel. And Michael, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, can we just make a rule that all stories from now on have to have a really smart person? That was amazing.
You know, that was really like a BTN story, I have to say. From start to finish, it was just really well told. And that is, there's news reporting and there's storytelling. And that was storytelling.
Excellent research. So you had all the facts in there. So it wasn't like it was just funny and nothing else.
Do you have any questions for our panel?
And I was just wondering, Nathan, what do you do when you got to keep on doing takes because you just can't stop laughing?
Try and work it into the script. That's the best way. Just laugh and enjoy it because it's a lot of fun. And that brings us to the end of today's program and to the end of the Making the News project. It's great to see so many excellent young reporters in each and every school, and hopefully we'll see more news reports from all of them to come. And if you are keen to continue making news stories, please make sure you look at my final blog on the Making the News project website, where you can see how to stay involved with Behind the News and ABC Splash and keep making more news stories for all of us to watch. Okay, so for the final time, let's wind it up. A big thank you and goodbye to all our schools that have taken part. From me, Nathan Bazley, and all of the ABC Splash team, goodbye.